You can now turn your physical assets into NFTs and lend them out through DeFi protocols. Just 2 weeks ago, a creditor was able to turn his bankruptcy claim into an NFT and take out a DeFi loan against that. I wouldn't really call that a physical asset, but for the first time ever, a watch was turned into an NFT, verified and authenticated by a third party, which I'll get into in a second. And this borrower on the DeFi platform allocate was able to take out over $35,000 for this loan. The borrower had to send in their watch to 4K Protocol, which is one of the first companies looking to bring physical assets on chain. Primarily, they're looking to tackle the $398 billion collectibles market. What that really means is that they're going to have nodes of operators all around the world where you can send in your physical assets. I mean, I can't say it better than what they said right here. Imagine a network of thousands of physical nodes where you can send in your goods, and each node is responsible for making sure that your physical good is legitimate, accessible, and protected. In this instance, they authenticated a luxury watch. I can't say the brand name, so that's why I'm not saying it. And because this watch has high value, you can see here that some of these Philips go for $67,000. The borrower was able to get an LTV of maybe 50% and unlock $35,000 of liquidity. To make things simple, they sent in their watch to this company, 4K Protocol. 4K Protocol then minted a specific NFT tied to that physical asset for the owner of the watch, which makes me think now that this is just a great place to store your goods. They must have some storage fees or mechanisms. I don't know how they cover the cost here if they don't. We can actually see what's in the 4K vault currently, and here we can see there's a lot of Rolexes, a lot of Pateks. They have sneakers, they have electronics, people sending in graphic cards, they got fashion, of course, and the list goes on. I guess you can use this as a storage facility, which would free up a lot of space. You'll get a pretty cool NFT that you could display around with some digital frames in your house if you want to. That in itself is a plus and might cost you as much as a storage unit. Here you get the NFT digital twin and also maybe an insurance policy with it. But the real way to unlock your physical assets is what this person has done, is to lend out your NFT twin of your physical asset on the DeFi platform called allocate. This is a peer-to-peer loaning protocol, so there's no intermediaries. And to date, they have over $109 million lent out. Some users call this an online pawn shop and adding NFTs where it is not needed, but I beg to differ. Because your local pawn shop probably can't give you competitive rates, nor can it give you a digital twin of your physical item just yet. Plus, I wouldn't really trust a local pawn shop with my luxury goods, maybe one item, but if I had 5 or 10 of them, probably not. Why would people want to turn their physical goods into digital assets so that they can leverage them? And let me tell you, I would do it in a heartbeat if I had hundreds, if not millions of dollars locked up in physical assets. Let's say I have physical goods back here that are worth $1 million. And if I were able to turn them into NFTs, I can access a global market with a ton of liquidity. Why would I want to lend against my physical assets? And that's because lending rates are really high right now on the traditional platforms. I'm looking to buy a house and rates are around 7.65%, close to 8%. If I have assets sitting around that I can unlock 100,000, maybe even 200,000 to use as a down payment with, let's say, 5% interest, I would jump on that on a heartbeat. And yes, I did say as a down payment. I live in the Bay Area. $200,000 to $300,000 is just a down payment. And there's also anonymity if you need it. Lenders and borrowers do not need to submit their names to each other to go through this process. Not to mention that it is probably really low fees through allocate or 4K. If you go do traditional financing, there's fees, points everywhere. Most of us in the United States are getting anywhere from 4 to 5% on our money if you keep it in a bank account. And here you can pick and choose and lend out that same cash you keep in a bank for a asset-backed loan. You can possibly make higher returns, 6 to 8%. If the default, you get a Rolex that's worth a ton more, or a house, or whatever it may be. Not only that, and this is where it's different than a pawn shop, if you need liquidity as a lender, you might be able to put that loan out on the open market, potentially even sell that loan for more money. And these are all things possible with the advent of NFTs in collaboration with DeFi, and that's why I'm super excited about the NFT and DeFi space. I'm so happy companies like 4K and allocate are out there that are making these lends and borrows happen. I'm sure we all got money locked up somewhere where we can utilize that money in better places, and this is where you can do that. There's no stopping NFT integration into pretty much everything. If you want to know what NFTs I'm buying and selling on a daily and getting prepared for our next bull run, click on my link down below. Make sure you follow along because I have market updates weekly. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.